Hi, Sulis. How are you doing? Welcome to Naya Sim. Thank you so much for the support. Hope you all are doing great. So, this video is really hard to talk about, but then, I love seeing things like this because when some people think Black people do not know anything, I want you all to know that Black people are OGs when it comes to politics. When you don't listen to them, you are going to make mistake, and that is on period. So Donald Trump made a tweet. You're going to see the tweet saying that before 24th of January, that those people that are being held hostage in Gaza, right? That if you all do not do what you are supposed to do, that he is coming to, right? And I am going to start calling those Palestinians guy, what's her name? Maya and the rest of them. Those people that said that Black people are their problem. Those people that day in, day out, they were making videos calling Black people colonizer, saying that they are selfish, that they only care about themselves, that they are upholding white supremacists. I hope you all are getting ready because she is about to get real. Yes, you heard me right. Sorry if I'm swearing, but they really have to get this message. And for all the some pro-Palestinians, Black people that were busy sharing them up, I hope you all join them too. You know what? Let's get into this.
Real quick. For those people who told us we wasn't welcome in their community if we supported Kamala Harris, what do you all have to say about this? Donald Trump just recently dropped on Truth Social the following. Everybody is talking about the hostages who are being held so violently, inhumanely, and against the will of the entire world in the Middle East. But it's all talk and no action. Well, this sounds interesting. Please let this truth serve to represent that if the hostages are not released prior to January the 20th, 2025, the date I proudly assume office of President of the United States, there will be all hell to pay in the Middle East. There's more. There's more. And for those in charge who perpetrated these atrocities against humanity, those responsible will be hit harder than anybody has been hit in the long and storied history of the United States of America. Release the hostages now.
Vote for Jill, vote for Donald Trump. But do not give a vote to Kamala Harris and expect to be welcomed by my community.
And I got you. I do understand. And I'm not trying to offer any suggestions. I'm just wondering. When he says those responsible will be hit harder than anybody has been hit in the long and storied history of the United States of America, do you think he's including August the 6th and the 9th of 1945? Asking for a friend. Asking for a friend. And if you don't know what those dates are, look them up.
I want you to take a very good look at that. This came from his hand. These are his words. I want you to take a very good look at that. For everybody in the uncommitted movement, this is what we tried to warn you about. You intentionally ignored all the warning signs of this man being a megalomaniac, and you got in bed with him because you felt like you couldn't support a genocide. I want you to think about that while I talk. Make no mistake about it. This is what you signed up for. This is what you signed up for. When you didn't listen, when we tried to tell you how much of an insane man this is, when you didn't listen when we told you that this man pals around with the people that you hate, this is what you voted for. And there's going to be a whole lot of crying and gnashing of teeth, but please understand something. The window to ask for help is closed now because we tried to tell you this. We did. This man was not just a danger. He was an existential threat, and we called him this. But you thought of just yourself. You thought of just your little pet project. You thought about just about one thing and one thing only. You didn't listen. You were arrogant in that regard. A lot of you were. A lot of you were. And rather than trying to find somebody who wouldn't make the problem worse, you went and voted for somebody who was going to make it deadly worse. If he does half of the rhetoric in that, that is thousands of lives lost. If he does just half of that, let's say it's just hyperbole. Let's just say it's hyperbole. Let's just say it's boastful words. You willing to bet on that? Are you willing to bet on that? See, this is what the fuck we tried to tell you people. I get it. You thought he would hurt the people that weren't you. You listened to those flowery words. You listened to that, the promises he made. And then rather than thinking logically, you thought with your fucking guts. And you got in bed with that. Where is Jill Stein? Where is she? Has anybody seen that bitch since November 5th of 2024? Anybody? Is there anybody that can find Jill fucking Stein? For those of you in the uncommitted movement, are you happy with your choice now? Are you? See, this is what happens when you don't think strategically. This is what happens when you don't think logically. Emotions are going to kill thousands of people. Understand that. Your emotions are going to kill thousands of people. And you know what the fucked up ass part about all of it is? You have no allies anymore. None. You burned those bridges. You napalmed those bridges because you didn't want to listen. The story was bigger than Palestine. Do you understand that? It was bigger than that. But you couldn't see the forest from the fucking trees. You thought you knew better. Not to mention the fact that he's going to be cracking down on protest. He said it. He's been saying it. It is the scorpion and the frog. That's what this comes down to. You listened as the scorpion told you he wouldn't sting you. Then he got on your back, waited until you got in the middle of the water, and stung the fuck out of you. But here's the difference. While he's stinging you, he's found a piece of wood to float right on past. And you're going to drown. You're going to die. You see, at some point, and I really don't know when this is going to be, some of y'all are going to have to confront your biases. You're going to have to confront, why is it that when somebody tells you there is something you should do or shouldn't do, you choose the opposite? Why is it so functionally hard for you to listen and think critically? To see that you're right, there's only two choices, but one is infinitely worse than the other. When are you going to get that through your heads? And how many more lives are going to be lost because of your inability to see that? Now you're going to be raising voices to who? To who? Who's going to want to listen to you? That ship has sailed. Do we have sympathy and empathy for the people in the West Bank and Gaza? Absolutely. You can't even get a glass of water from us because you didn't listen. You thought it would be better. And now you're about to find out how much worse it can be. All the signs were there, so you cannot act like you did not know. I'll give you a sign you're not even thinking about. The people you're advocating for told you not to vote for this man, and you did it anyway. You better hope that this man is just selling wolf pussy tickets. Because if he's not, the devastation is on your hands. And unfortunately, what you have done is made damn sure nobody will give a fuck. Nobody will listen to you. Nobody will want to sit down with you. You made this bed. Grab yourself a pillow and lay in it.
Ooh, things ain't looking too good. But this is what black people were trying to prevent. Called us their colonizers, spewed anti-blackness towards us, turned their backs on us, told their people to vote for Jill Stein or vote for Donald Trump or don't vote at all. But do not vote for Kamala Harris. Don't vote for Kamala Harris and expect to be welcomed into their community. Ooh, we cannot forget, they also told us to keep their fucking names out of our mouths. Well, there's one that's got their name in his mouth. And baby, everybody is talking about the hostages who are being held so violently, inhumanely, and against the will of the entire world in the Middle East. But it's all talk and no action. Please let this truth serve to represent that if the hostages are not released prior to January 20th, 2025, that's Inauguration Day for Donald Trump. That's the day he starts his presidency. But moving on, the date that I proudly assume office as President of the United States, there will be all hell to pay in the Middle East. And for those in charge who perpetrated these atrocities against humanity, those responsible will be hit harder than anybody has been hit in the long and storied history of the United States of America. Release the hostages now. We tried to tell you. We tried to tell you. Damn. Sad situation.
Let me clarify something for my fellow minorities. White minorities, black minorities, Asian minorities, whatever, right? If we as black people have been saying forever, hey, help us, this is unfair, this is whatever, and you gaslight us, say that racism's not real, whatever, because you don't give a fuck until it affects you, why the fuck would black people give a fuck when it hurts you when they now come after you after they've already been coming after us? You was on mute mode. You was silent. You didn't give a shit. You weren't out protesting. You weren't talking about it on your pages. You weren't fighting for black people. You was always giving the oppressor the benefit of the doubt. Never giving that grace to black people. So why the fuck would you expect black people to do it to you when you're suffering? Fuck you now and into the future. What are you talking about? Maybe you should have opened your fucking mouth back then and we'd open our mouth now. Fuck you. And because some of y'all lack critical thinking skills, me talking about these issues with Palestine is not me promoting genocide. I don't want any of these people hurt. But as a black man, as a gay black man in America, I don't have the capacity anymore to fight for other people. We are living in a country where the president openly says that he don't want gay people in the military. Hello? We live in a country where our next president is saying that, like, he both sides white supremacy issues, where he's electing white supremacists and sexual predators to our government. Sorry, me as a black person, again, a constantly disrespected demographic across the world, do not have time to try to focus on Palestinian issues anymore. Sorry, especially after people voted for the option that said that they were going to hurt their own people. Why the fuck would I fight for you when you don't fight for us? Hello, or when you do, it's only for your benefit, so we join your cause. I'm done. Let me make this crystal fucking clear. If you're a Palestinian person that oppresses black people, gay people, women, anybody, any other minority, you do not have my support. And that goes for anybody, not just Palestinians. If you hurt anybody else for being different than you, I hope the worst thing possible happens to you. You have no support from me. I don't care what you're going through. However, if you're a Palestinian person or otherwise that advocates for the issues happening in other communities, you have my full support. You have my full dedication, my platform, my money if needed. I will be there to support you. I help good people and hurt or don't give a fuck about bad people. It's that simple. If you are a good person, I care about you. If you're shitty to another group of people, I don't.
So this is all I got from this video. And some people think black people were joking or black people do not know what they were talking about because, I mean, they always know better than black people. Even at some point, they were like, we are done with you people. I mean, you all should stop disturbing us. We don't want to talk to you people. And at some point, it became that black people are colonizers, black people are perpetuating this, black people have higher power, black people are acting like right. I don't know. There is nothing I did not hear. And I love the fact that everything is playing out real good, even knowing fully well that this is what was going to happen. But at least they are hearing from the horse's mouth because back then they did not believe us. Why? Because we are not worth it. And at some point, it became that it was black soldiers that they usually send down to wherever they are to like do some certain things and all that. There is nothing that they didn't come up with. And now you all can see what it's going on. You all can see what it's going on. The fact that some people would rather choose feelings over critical thinking, people would rather choose emotion over thinking properly. It's something that I am trying to wrap my head around. And the sweetest part, the sweetest part is that those people that have been online, Maya and all that, you people should look for a way to send this video across to them. You definitely will know that majority of the people screaming black people are this do not live in Gaza, do not live in Palestine, do not even live anywhere near that Gaza, right? They are all, majority of them are in US. Majority of them are in US. They are schooling free of charge. That is your tax money supporting them, right? But they always come out to scream that we are their problem. Now, I am very happy that real soon we are not going to be their problem because the real problem that they are seeing real quick, they are seeing the real problem facing them because they were told instead of voting for this woman, vote for the other man. That man you voted for, it's coming. You know how many votes that were diverted from Muslim community, and they still have the guts to tell us that even if they voted, that it still would not have pushed her to her whatever. And now, where is the Jostein you all voted for? You all are really very silly. I don't know how to explain. And for some black people, some pro-Palestinian people, I see you all, right? And you all go around sharing some of their videos, right? Coming out to say that you did not vote for Kamala Harris, you voted for third party or you voted for Trump. Why? Because Kamala Harris' morals does not align with yours. I hope you all will be the ones screaming and shouting or probably traveling down to Gaza where things start happening because you all are also part of the problem. You all saw what was going to happen. You think you are smart. You think you are intelligent. You think you know politics. And the worst part is that some of them don't even know anything. I am saying it. You cannot beat me, right? You all do not know anything. I see some of you sharing their posts. It means the people that knew what they are saying, like they don't know anything. Now you all better be ready because it is happening soon. And before I go, I hope you all already started packing your bags because you all what? Did he tell you that he like you people? Of course you know he doesn't like you people. So you all also should be getting ready to find your way down to wherever you come from because it is going to be already. See you all in my next video. Bye for now.